you're here now, so welcome to Neil's Shed episode 3. Didn't think I'd make it this far, to be honest, so pretty chuffed with the feedback I've had. Got loads of questions to answer this week and loads of things to come up with, so I've been quite busy this week. I've been at my other shed, my offshore work shed, which when I'm not in my shed, I'm at my other shed. I've got 2 sheds at work. This is one of them. More of a shed, more of a little workshop, but I can't fault the location, to be honest. I've got 4 daughters, so there's never going to be a weekend really where I don't have to do any DIY, so I end up round at Paula's making some wardrobes and stuff like that. Which brings me on to a new section I've decided to come up with today called Neil's Tips. And here's one right now. Whenever you're making a flat pack and you get these little wooden dowels, I find always put a little bit of wood glue in the end. It just gives it that little bit of extra security. Okay, we're talking about people saying, oh DIY, and a DIY enthusiast. I don't know, everyone knows I'm not very enthusiastic about DIY. To say the least, I'm trying to get myself out of it. My missus has to nag me at least once every 6 months if she wants a job out of me. But I am off next week, or the week after next, sorry. And she's already said there's a bit of wallpaper and some floors that need laying, so looks like I'm going to have a great week off. I've had a couple of messages about merch. 2 people called Robert, strangely enough. Robert Clark wants to know if we're bringing out any merch. He's a bit soon for that, yeah. Towards Christmas for the difficult to buy in his life. I suggested maybe some Neil Shed slippers and some. I'd love to do a deal with Magic Tree and get some shed scented magic trees. That'd be really nice. Today my shed's still got that musty smell about it. The condensation hasn't come back, which is a good thing, but maybe that's just a sign of things to come. Maybe the damp's gone and the musty smell's coming in. But also got a beer here because it's Saturday night now, so it smells a little bit of beer. The other Robert Fraser suggested some thermal mugs amongst other things, so we'll see how it goes. We're only episode 3, see where we are at Christmas. If I'm being offered my own slot on Discovery Channel, which I don't think I'm going to, we might look at some merch. Another section, we're going to do, I've got quite a few pictures of sheds this week. I've got a picture of Phil's shed. Well, thanks for your photo there, Phil. You've got a cracking shed there. We all know your shed is a cracker, but I think it might be getting a little bit small for your needs there. It's a well-known fact that I'm actually banned from Phil's shed for sniffing it too much. If I can get this shed to smell like his shed, I'll be a very happy man. It smells like a bit like freshly cut grass and creosote, but it's a treat. If you ever get the chance to get around to Phil's and sniff his shed, I surely recommend it. So Bobby's also sent me a question this week about the roof on his shed. Now, I'm not an expert on shed roofs, but I know a man who has, my brother Ben, who lives up in Cumbria. He's a roofer, and he does the proper grafter. He does proper roofs, he does slate roofs. So if anyone knows about roofs, it's Ben. So I'll pass you over to Ben and he can answer that question for you, Bobby.
Hello there, Neil. I see this is only fitting that I answer the question from my own shed. So, for the answer for you, Bobby, on whether or not blackjack paint will seal your shed, the answer is yes, of course it will. The problem is it's only a temporary solution. It'll last 3 to 4 years, somewhere in that region, but it also depends how much weather it gets. So if your shed's in like a nice shady place, might last a bit longer. If it's in direct sunlight, probably not going to last as long because the sun just absolutely obliterates it, because it's just bitumen felt, but in the liquid form, obviously, tar. If your shed is not a very big shed, I'd recommend just getting mineral felt. Costs about £40 from B&Q, and you usually have enough to do a fairly decent sized shed. I bought a roll for my shed, which is a 12 foot by 6 foot, and I still have some spare, which I did a bike shed with as well. So you get a lot for your money, and I think the blackjack paint's like £20 a tin, and a roll of mineral felt's 40 quid, and it lasts up to 15 years. So you can do the math yourself. It's basically 20 quid, a couple of years, 40 quid, 15 years. But depends on the size of your shed and how big the holes are. But yeah, it does work, but it's just a temporary solution. And Neil, you've asked me the question of what my shed smells like. It has the scent of grass, cuprinol paint, fence paint, and oil, weirdly enough. But I suppose we've got a lot of stuff in here. Try not to make a mess in here too much. As you can see, we've got a lot of stuff in here. It's absolutely rammed at the minute due to the coronavirus and the boys growing up that I've got here. Yeah, the shed's just basically a glorified garage. Everything gets thrown in. But all the best for the future of your YouTube channel on Neil's Shed, and I look forward to the next episode. Hope I've answered your question. See you later.
So thanks for your answer there, Ben. Pretty comprehensive there for you, Bobby, from the expert on your roof. And I hope you follow his advice, and your roof has got a long life left in it. Cracking shed, by the way, there, Ben. Absolutely huge. I've been lucky enough to visit Ben's shed and had a sniff, but he's also got a smaller shed where he keeps his bikes. Guess what it smells like? Halfords. You wouldn't believe it, would you? But it does. Absolutely brilliant shed. Our Ben's got there a couple of good sheds up there up in Cumbria. Also had this picture from Steve. I know he said it's not really a shed, it's a workbench he's made in his garage. But I think it qualifies as a shed, and it's pretty cool as well. He's got some really good projects on there. Likes to do a lot of recycling and stuff like that, upcycling with pallets. And he's also come up with another little section we can maybe look at doing next week or in the next couple of weeks. Is any topics you want us to discuss, anything you're interested about, let us know in the comments. And me and Steve might have a little gab about that and try and either blag it that we know what we're going on about, or maybe we might know what we're going on about. So if you've got any questions that you want to know, just let me know. Me and Steve try our best to answer them. Chris has also suggested a bike stand in here for maintenance on my bike, which is a pretty good idea. So I'm going to look into that one and get that one to go save me all back, our Captain Glass back. So we've gone pretty much through everything quite quick there tonight. I've been trying to do little videos and things like that to fit in. I've got my tips and things like that, but we've also had a comment from a guy called Neil, who also has a shed, and he also has a YouTube channel, and it's called Neil's Shed. So check him out. Maybe we're going to try and do a little bit of twinning. The first time ever two sheds called Neil have been twinned, or maybe the first time ever two sheds have been twinned, you never know. So we're going to look into that as well. It's gone a little bit crazy now, isn't it? It's gone from all messing around with the lads, sending the lads videos to do the YouTube channel, and now we're on episode 3. Let's see where this goes. Can't see it going much further, but we'll see. I'm not very optimistic about it. Other than that, I think that's it now. I've got loads of little notes now written in front of me, so I can see what I need to go through. I think I've covered everything today. So it's raining now. It's getting cold as well outside of my little shed, so I'm going to go back inside now and think about what start editing this video out. So I've started up a Facebook page, Neil's Shed, if you want to check that out for little exclusive videos of me trying to do walking down some fake steps outside the shed today, because I was going to like Neil's tips and I'm going to get my tips, but it didn't really work, so I'm trying to think of something else for that. And if you like the video, subscribe for more interesting stuff. We might have some DIY jobs coming up in the next couple of weeks, know me, and I'll put them on here. Like, subscribe and follow, check out my Facebook page, and watch me in the videos and catch you later. Bye now.